Honorable Minister for State for External Affairs, Dr. General V.K. Singh, Honorable Minister for Labour, Employment and Home Affairs, Nayani Narsimha Reddy Garu, Honorable Secretary, MEA, Dhaneshwar Muleji, Honorable Chief Secretary, the State of Telangana, SP Singh Garu, Director General of Police, State of Telangana, Anurag Sharma Garu, to all the dignitaries from the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and to all the various officials from Government of Telangana and to all the other representatives who are participating in the first of its kind MEA outreach program. I welcome you all to the state of Telangana and to the city of Hyderabad. Firstly, I'd like to thank Srimati Sushma Swaraj and General V.K. Singh for choosing the state of Telangana as part of their outreach program. Telangana is the first state to have initiated this, and we are very, very thankful to Government of India and particularly to Ministry of External Affairs for choosing the state of Telangana. Sir, Telangana, as you know, is the youngest state in India, but at the same time has been a state which has been pioneering various efforts, especially when it comes to initiating reforms and initiating new policies. With respect to Ministry of External Affairs initiative of Videshi Sampark, and also with respect to initiating several reforms that have been brought about under your leadership, we are more than happy that Telangana today has been chosen, and Telangana will also be piloting on a number of initiatives such as the E-Sanad, such as the Videsh Bhavan that we had discussed in the past. As you know, sir, Telangana is one of those states which has a large number of migrants across the world. In fact, most of these migrants, especially the blue-collar workers, happen to be in the Middle East and the Gulf region. In the recently held meeting on the 8th of this month, we had raised yourself and also the heads of missions of the 7 different states, the 7 different countries in the Middle Eastern region of the world. I'd like to reiterate a couple of those for the benefit of all of our officers here. One of the points, one of the most important aspects that was raised by Srimati Sushma Swaraj in the meeting was that this is a collective effort in terms of ensuring that migration happens in a safe and in a very judicious manner. उनके अगर बातों में मैं कहूँ तो सुरक्षित जाइए और प्रशिक्षित जाइए जो मैडम ने कहा. आप please go safe and also be well trained before you go is what she was campaigning for. We completely believe in her lines, sir, and we completely believe in the vision of the Government of India that this is a collective responsibility of the states and the center together. In fact, as a state that has a lot of migrants across the world, we are very, very committed to improving the well-being, committed to improving the state of affairs of these blue-collar workers, especially in the Gulf region of the world, sir. Sir, I had raised a number of points. I'd like to reiterate a few of them now. A lot of these blue-collar workers, unfortunately, because of fake and, as our Honorable Home Minister and Labour Affairs Minister had pointed out, a lot of these unscrupulous agents whose activities the Government of Telangana has been trying to curb, whose activities by way of the support extended by Police Department, we've been trying to make sure that the damage is limited. We would like to reiterate our request again, sir, that most of these workers who have migrated there, unfortunately, are not completely aware of the law of the land in these countries. Unfortunately, when they, in fact, may not have committed a major crime, but what, in the opinion of the lawmakers of that country, might be construed as being out of the purview of legality, most of these guys have been either jailed or having to go through a trial process. Sir, in such cases, unfortunately, legal assistance that has to come by from various embassies, from the various missions, is not coming in a timely manner. We would like to request Ministry of External Affairs to help the state governments and to work with the state governments in terms of providing legal assistance, in terms of providing local translation facilities also. Because a lot of these migrant workers are unfortunately unable to converse in English or Arabic or the local language of the land. They need some assistance locally. And as I've pointed out even in the meeting in Delhi, the state government will be happy to assist by way of providing translators, by way of also contributing to ICW of the Indian Community Welfare Fund as well, so that some legal assistance and some legal empanelment can also be availed. So the other thing I also wanted to point out, a lot of times, especially in countries, especially in the Middle East, where the laws are very, very stringent, unfortunately, what happens is, if there is a case pending, it could be a medico-legal case, or uh, it could be in the purview of legality. Even when a person expires, unfortunately, to even bring back the mortal remains, it becomes a challenge. My request to you once again, sir, is that we should negotiate, and this problem is more particularly very, very strong in the case of Saudi Arabia. My request to you, sir, is let Government of India negotiate an agreement with the Saudi government, especially in those cases where a person is already expired, to actually take up the case in the absence of the dead body out there. If the dead body can be sent back to homeland, where obviously the families, the dependents, especially are awaiting in a grief-struck situation, it would only be a human gesture. It will only be a humanitarian thing to do, even from the perspective of the other government. The other thing I also wanted to point out, sir, is besides the blue-collar workers that migrate from the state of Telangana, we also, in fact, send a large number of students across the world. Last year, the problem with the students who have gone, especially to those universities in the United States, which unfortunately the students only realized after they landed in the United States that they have been blacklisted. So such cases have to be pointed out much, much earlier, and Government of India, again, needs to issue bulletins to the state governments every so often and work with us, as you have said, as in a collective responsibility manner, so as to ensure that these students are actually made and are actually sensitized that these universities are definitely not universities that they should be applying to. The other thing I also wanted to bring out, sir, is all these countries that accept our workers do so because of two things. One, they value the low-cost, high-value human capital that India has to offer. They also make a lot of claims about implementing all the much talked about human resources and when it comes to implementing the law of the land. Because I personally, and also our Honorable Labour Minister, has visited UAE and other Gulf countries as well. They talk a lot about how respectful they are when it comes to implementation of laws. But unfortunately, sir, when it comes to dealing with our own workers, our own blue-collar workers, a lot of times the companies that they work for confiscate their passports, which is against the law. Now, such things should be taken up very, very strongly with the respective governments by Government of India, and we should insist that this is violation of all human laws and all laws that are enacted between various nations as well. The other thing I also wanted to point out, sir, is the fake agents, the unscrupulous elements that you pointed out to us in the list that you've given out to us. We've been clamping down. We've been trying to ensure that their activities are curbed down, as our Honorable Home Minister has pointed out. More than 700 cases have been filed, and most of these unscrupulous elements we're trying to curb at our level, but a sustained effort by way of building a strong database across the country to ensure that at least prospectively from now on, we ensure that this migration is streamlined would also help all governments. The other two things I wanted to quickly point out, sir, is, as our Honorable Home Minister has pointed out, there is need for more passport seva kendras in a new state like Telangana. Your RPO has been doing an exceptional job, and our police department has also been doing a very good job in terms of verification, etc. And we have in fact won awards as well for our able and quick delivery of services. I therefore wanted to also request for new passport seva kendras. I'll submit a letter to that effect as well. The last thing I wanted to point out, sir, is a lot of times when these blue-collar workers end up in jails across the world, unfortunately, a lot of times, in spite of paying blood money, in spite of doing everything that we can, in spite of providing legal assistance, they are still jailed for a very, very long haul, and their dependents, their families here suffer quite a bit. I think it's imperative that Government of India enters into repatriation agreements with majority of these nations, so that we can bring these jailed men back, so that they can serve the remaining term right here in their own homeland. Sir, besides this, one last thing I wanted to point out is, as a new state, Government of Telangana has been doing several things, and in fact, Telangana enjoys a great equation and a great connection with the Middle Eastern part of the world. We in fact have an Iranian consulate. We also have honorary consuls of various nations. We also wanted to put forward a request, which we had submitted in the past to you, sir, to actually, if the government of Saudi Arabia is willing, if they are looking for a second consulate, Hyderabad, I think, would be the ideal location to set up a Saudi Arab consulate as well. We again request the support of Ministry of External Affairs to this effect as well, sir. Thank you very much once again for gracing us with your presence. Thank you also for choosing the state of Telangana for the number of initiatives that you are likely to launch today. And we are very, very delighted with the kind of support that has been extended by Srimati Sushma Swaraj and yourself, sir. And one last thing I would like to say before I quit. In fact, after Sushma ji and you have taken charge, we all believe across the nation, all the various ministers and various workers across the world also believe that relief is only a tweet away. All we need to do is tweet you and Madam Sushma Swaraj to get some relief. And you've been extremely responsive. And your missions, heads of missions across the world have also been extremely responsive. This is extremely good usage of technology. My compliments to you and Madam as well. And thank you very much for this opportunity once again.